So, if you're joining me in real time-ish, then turns out, surprise, sleep for a few days, and then you're not going to sleep for a few days. Such is life. That's actually like painting the dullest picture of I don't know. Life's fantastic. And one day, maybe, I'll see your face while we're talking. And then I'll tell you just how fantastic. But I can't tell you like this. It's not fair. To the message. Is that like the medium is message, the media is message, message is the medium? Man, all those things are right. As long as, you're making a point with it. Whatever. My name is Elliot. And I'm like a point maker. But that's my point. Just make them. Poke, poke. Do something. Or not, but like stop pretending. That's like the proverbial stop pretending, not you. I don't think you pretend. But like, that's the thing about this platform. It's the thing about this societal structure. That's the thing about the poor conditioning that is lazy thinking and while I think about it with you, because like I don't know, like I want to be hard on. Like I want to be hard on. I can say it again, Elliot. I want to be hard on 3 times a charm. All right. Let's say like the baby boomers or whatever, for doing such a shitty job. But it's clearly 2 something in the morning because I need time to justify my goofiness. Anyways, boom, babies. Well, it's easy to blame whoever you want to blame for like the fucked up state of the world. But upon considering it with you, and seeing as how I'm gonna slam the shit out of stupid people anyways, it's pretty much how I roll. It's like my favorite thing to do. Whatever, man. I'm a modern day warrior, and my sword is my word. And there's so many stupids. Whatever, I'll use the flat end. I don't know. It's just like if I look at my parents' generation, the excuse of the pace at which things change and how quickly it does. It doesn't have to be an excuse, it can be a reason. And like being an 80s babe, quite on purpose, put me in a unique position to see just how fucked up things always were and how fucked up things have gotten, and how really not fucked up anything ever is, really. Not so much as you make, like, not so much as we have the opportunity to make better choices at any given time, like right now. And we only need consensus, and that takes two to start. And, like, most importantly, really. But, like, my parents' generation, my mother had me in her, like, early 20s. My parents were in their early 20s when they had me. That was quite typical. Um, just painting a picture. Context is everything. We need this message. I don't even know. I just picked one of those variations of it. I don't know if I care. Uh, it's like the advent of so many uh, luxurious seeming things. Uh, the sudden seeming clarity to society, to the layman, to the everyman. The purported peace after the purported war. You know, the lie of, like, things are better than they were was easy enough to ingest because it wasn't so obvious just how bad things um, were, like, right then. Like, I would say, I would say again, my parents' generation, just using that for example. I guess it's the baby boomers, whatever. Like, their whole life, um, how bad it's always been, but then not expecting how bad it's going to be, and really being the subject of, like, mass hypnosis, like psych technology test subjects, all of them, all of them, with just, like, the ripest conditions, right? And I've kind of said them. Things are, like, not good, they're good, they're, like, okay, things are gonna get better, and then they get worse, but then you just say that they're better, and then you're like, but they must be better because they're saying that they're better. And then you've got this, like, looming world wars, and then Vietnam and Korea and whatever fucking war that's not really going on, but it's kind of going on. Anyways, thank God it's not happening anymore. So, and, like, the authority won because that was bad. So we've got trust in authority. We just went to the moon. Things are good. And, like, the family unit, which is to say, familial relationships, weren't so completely and utterly destroyed as yet, so as to disenfranchise trust, which is essentially how you fuck up a world, but it's also how a world says enough, because that's the straw that will never be the last, because it doesn't take that straw to lose to be like, not good enough. And that's what I would say, like, the 80s generation, circa, like, a little bit here, a little bit there, allowing for the unique expression of all souls of every age and maturity slash paying attention level. things have never been good. You know, we were kids, everyone was going to die of AIDS, and then 9/11. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, and then the 90s, which, like, I think historically, when you look back at the 90s, it's like, eh. But like, we were in the 90s, we were like, the 90s. You know? Because that was, I would say, like, it was like, things started getting really weird. Like, that's really when, like plastic surgery and mass media started like portraying humanity as not humanity enough for us to be like, this is weird. This doesn't make sense, right? Things have never been good. You know, it's like even like uh, born in like the 70s, 60s, but especially the 70s, they had the youth indoctrination system, which is education, set up quite nicely, um, where it was just it was either like post secondary school was like this fiction that was like for like scholars, and then it was made possible, but then you could also like not do it and like be a go getter, like a Steve Job, uh, or a Bill Gate. Not a coincidence, but that's another story. Um, but then we come along and it's like, first of all, scam. None of that makes sense. It just takes paying attention. Like already, like I didn't go to post secondary school. That's how come I've got education. And I'm being a little like super uh, accurate. I'd say that the smartest people that I know are smart despite the years they spent in post secondary school. And like them being like arbitrarily general, and so accurate. I should you'd agree with me. And that's not even without. That's also without. It's 2 in the morning, man. I'm rambling a little bit. Uh, that's even not even recognizing the level to which the academic education. Uh, I'm going to say indoctrination again, but I really just mean the meaning of that word. Like I'm not just fucking lip servicing that as like a thing. I'm going to throw my glasses on so I can read that. It like I don't know. I'm incredibly self educated in that I'm self educated and I've educated myself a lot. And academia is mostly for getting people to believe not real things. It's definitely not meant. Definitely doesn't teach thinking, and that's just really the only thing we all need to teach each other. I love that. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna actually just enjoy that and interpret it a little bit. It's a little like sideways from what I'm talking about, but what's B-sides anyways? I'm gonna say it out loud also for anybody that's not reading the live chat because it's beautiful and like super cool and right. You live in the blue eye of a giant with two pockets of water separated by a lens. His pupil is the black hole sun. You see as the source of all light. Oh, that's so good. Thank you for sharing that. You live in the blue eye of a giant with two pockets water, separated by a lens, his pupil is the black hole sun you see as the source of all light. Gosh, that's fucking gorgeous. Did you just write that? Don't answer that. Like, because obviously you just wrote it. I don't care where it came from. It came from you right now. I'm very appreciative of you sharing that. I'm putting that on my notepad. Like, I'm not gonna share it like it's my own. I'm just gonna hang on to it so I don't lose it, so I can read it again for like the enjoyment of my heart. It's delicious. Thank you very much for sharing that. I really, really appreciate it. Like, a lot. I could actually just spend more time keep reading that. How would you all like that? Just like, fucking, that's good, right? I'll say it one more time because it's provoking, emotional, and like, that's what truth sounds like. It's like, what do you mean, Elliot? How can that be true? It's like, how can it not be true is a better question. You don't ask how things can be. You ask how they cannot. And you have a reason. And then also it's called intuition, which isn't like a hubbub, like hooey psychic word. It's called like intelligence, knowledge, experience, integration. One more time. And then that's actually going to bring me more particularly onto the topic, because I want to fucking anyways, yeah. Seems like I watched something on Flat Earth today, which I just watched to piss me off. Just like, what are stupid people saying? One more time though. You live in the blue eye of a giant, with two pockets of water separated by a lens's pupil is the black hole sun you see as the source of all light. Gosh, that's so fucking good. Thank you so much. Sharing love and truth. Calling the kettle black a little bit. Oh, yeah. Taking it. It's fucking awesome. And that actually does bring me super back. Like, well, whatever, we'll keep going. The truth has a sound to it. And did you like, I read that. I like ingested it. I thought about it. I like considered it on the background of all the things that I know, compared to like what's relevant, how much I care, like how much, like what's the opportunity, like, and then what's my purpose. And with a lot of experience and practice of, it's called discernment and / like enjoyment. All that doesn't have to take a lot of time. And you can just get to the end where you're like, in this moment, that is fucking good. There's nothing to argue with there. Am I going to nitpick? It's like, no. I might say it differently, but I mostly agree with that. And I'm just saying mostly, so I'm not absolute. And the moral of that story is, you're not right and neither am I, which leaves like plenty of love left between us. You know what I mean? And maybe I've got like a bit of a filled in chip on the shoulder because of my general like outlook of like pursuing the truth of a thing rather than the correct answer. I've been ostracized. I've been scolded. I've been abused and portrayed as someone that like basically people avoid me because they don't want to be wrong. I don't talk about it because you're gonna be right and we're gonna fight. And like, no, man, I don't give a fuck. You're basically saying that you don't want to talk about it because you know you're wrong. No, I'm asking you seriously. You weren't ready for that? It's called conversation. There's no such thing as right. Ooh, I kind of want to know the incompleteness theory. If I were to extend, I would say the incompleteness theory is that like all truth is but half truth, um, which is to say it, no, all truth is not a lie, but you can only know as much of the truth of a thing as you can know, and any sliver of the not yet known truth might as well be a giant's eye, because you don't know how big that thing is. It could be a small detail but mean everything. So half is half. What's true is false, and what's false is true. I'm gonna leave that alone, but because I would like because I'm sure Godel has like more to say on than just those like just that like expression, because that's too plain for me to agree with. It's like what's true is false and what's false is true. It's like no, some things are false, it's just false. But I'm sure that there's like depth to it that I'm gonna explore actually just in my own manner. Not a disclaimer, but a kind of disclaimer. I'm I'm gonna slam the flat Earth movement a little bit, uh, but it's my right. That's like that's my actual that's my like disclaimer to this disclaimer. It's like I fucking love everyone. It's a true story, and I actually really love um, just about every uh, every person I've ever met that is interested in or believes in the flat Earth theory, because uh, you're just paying attention to shit that doesn't make sense, and you're asking questions and you're curious, and that's like loads and loads and loads better than most people, right? So like I had to because I just don't want to say that and like be like and then but that's the truth. That is like that's the truth, right? It's not actually flat earthers that I'm really going to pick a bone with, but the movement, the industry, really, and also the same bone that I pick with uh, anything. So what's the point now? Uh, because I'm using it as an example, and it's important because that movement stalls the best intentions of like a somewhat large segment of active humans. I don't say activists because that's what is that? That's a bullshit thing. You're either doing shit or you're not doing shit. It's not a job title. And I'll start at the end and then we'll fill it in. I look at the flat earth movement and I see a bunch of going nowhere. This video on that, this video on that. This I'm not being specific, and you won't find me being too specific here because I can not disprove. It's not about to disprove. Like you're asking really good questions. I was I was in that movement too, and that I was moving my ass, just like everyone else, being like that. Like I just it in my experience, I want to be delicate because you know what? If I haven't conveyed it enough, I actually have a lot of respect uh, for people that ask good questions. For ask any questions, really, it's a great start. And there's way too many for me to be too general. Anyways, all right, I'm done being like kind slash nice. If I move forward, you can be like, yeah, okay, he's a good guy. He's like, he loves me. He's just a dick. He's like, yeah, damn right. What's the point, right? A bunch of like flat earth this, flat earth truthers uh, asking for someone to tell them the truth. It's like, this is fishy. This is weird. This is fishy. This is weird. We want the truth. It's like, from who? You just want like your government, your scientists, your alien captors. You just want someone that's not you to come along and be like, here's the answers. And then what? After you have the answers, is that what's the next step? World peace? Break out the prison? Like economic reform? Like what the fuck is the next step? And why aren't any of you getting there? Because that's the point. Anybody can ask questions uh, about what's weird and then stop. But none of those questions matter if you're not making life better for yourselves and for your family, which is to say, uh, the good people that you're around. If you're not making life better for the good in the world with your questions, then you're asking fucking bad questions. And the flat Earth uh, like realm is like saturated with stupid questions and stupid answers that like uh it's like they've taken common sense uh and then like dunce capped it, like just made common sense fucking stupid and then use common sense for fucking everything. I'm going to be general and I'm going to use some general examples, but again, I'm not going to get too much into it because there's no point. Not here, not like this. No, no, not here, not like this. Sorry, that's like not the first time that I've done a Matrix, that exact Matrix impersonation, like in the last 2 days. Whatever, it's appropriate. Here's an easy one. In so many different examples, it's the excuse of what a person can see and can't see. Because right, it's all about what you can experience. And hey, I'm a huge fan of not really believing in fuck all unless you can experience it. But the flat earth movement basically believes in that like premise while also not believing that you can experience things, right? uh, it's like anybody can see the sun. You just look at the size of the sun, and then you look at the sun, and you see the sun, and you see the size of the sun. You got eyes, I got eyes, our eyes see the same. So, common sense. It's like, you fucking moron. First of all, what's your point? Second of all, now I see differently. I'm one person. Glasses on, glasses off. I don't see the same. You're telling me that uh, the whole fucking world is seeing and must see the sun the same size, the exact same way. Do you know how lenses work? No, you don't. Do you know how eyes work? You definitely don't. Worse if you're an optometrist and you were like trained to not know how eyes work. But I'll have you know, not all eyes see the same. and you're capable of seeing a lot of different things. Again, I'm not going to get into it because that's not the point. The point is, what the fuck is the point? And if it's just to ask for answers from an authority for like more direction, oh, it's like a game. I caught you. Now what? It's like, no, not now what. Now you. Always now you. Now us. Get there. And if you don't get there, then stop talking because you're busying people that would otherwise uh, help the good people around them. I'm going to read, and then I'm going to use another example. You know what? I will mention that the Flat Earth movement was initiated by, was initiated intentionally as, I'm going to say mind control just to be the most general. And I don't want to go off on all the things that I know because that's not the point. Like, oh, the Bible says the world is flat. Actually, the Bible doesn't say that. They use the word firmament. And it's only since the 1920s since a guy like used like basically reinvented language to propagate that, because like Plato, Aristotle, all those guys you've never fucking read, they didn't think the world was flat. I digress, because that's not the point. It's immoral to just stop. It's immoral, really, to ask any fucking question just to hear your own voice. And like, I don't know who's on the other side of the screen, but do I sound like someone that just asks questions to hear my own voice? Really, like, enter to the screen. I appreciate it. I hear some like sarcastic quips, which I appreciate. But you know what true sounds like? And I basically drag myself onto the screen because I want to connect with the good people. They're also doing the good work, you know, not necessarily by making videos, but by doing the work. But we connect on this platform so that it's like, you're doing the work too. Awesome. How about we like get closer in proximity to each other? Because that's what's more important than anything. And that's not, again, some hippie dippy thing. No, that's power. In whatever echelon of power measurement you want to negotiate, community, uh, uh, like uh, like like bioelectric feedback, you know, whatever power you want to power, uh, we are less powerful separated, and more powerful together. And you can't separate people with the truth. The truth brings people together. Uh, but lies are super at separating people. And all you have to do is have one lie, and then tell the truth about the lie progressively. Somebody's walking around being like, I'm telling the truth, I'm telling the truth. They can't even sound like the truth because they think that they're telling the truth. But like, science is a lie. I don't mean that like by itself. But I want to use that as the perfect example because I can imagine that. It's a little extreme, but so is your imagination. What's wrong with that? Science is the lie. First, we go with the alternative. Science is the lie then. Creationism, like growing creationism, didn't it's like wow, the like real turkey. It's like, no, that's not science. Hmm. Already, we're a little bit further in science's goodness. Because there's no such thing as science. You ask good questions and you find answers. There's no such thing as multidisciplinary. I'm studying my finger and studying my foot. I'm studying this ear and then studying this ear and both ears and mind. Chemistry, physics, and then physics, electricity, motion, and then all bullshit math. A little bit of rent. I'll cut it off there. My point to that is lie about anything and tell the truth on it. And that's what also heard like snub the fattest movement. Actually, I'm not going to say I'm to movement, and I might cut it close. Is oh gosh, it's so void of critical thinking and like any progressive thought at all. Uh, I actually wonder at it. I actually wonder like wow, this is wonderful. So it's full of wonder right now, right? Because it's like this conversation. I don't say it's a conversation because everybody's talking to them, but you're like right. Then you hear them right. Like science is stupid. Science doesn't. They say this, but they can't prove that. And then go ahead and use the science they can't prove. They're saying can't prove anything. And then use science to prove their own misguided. I just said to literally like this was half flat though. How are you how do you talk about this shit when what? That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. We show the truth. So we get to them side. Like, really? I've actually never heard that either. It's like, what the fucking point? The last go, so? Are you trying to get to the other side? No? Can you down this side? No? Would you be, would you be happy? Because a lot in the conversation, just talking, I don't know, because, you know what? It is an expression of some kind of free world that's so void of truth. And just expressing curiosity, especially in America, where Americans never is because even like everyone knows America is pretty racist culture. America like we know this, we know that, but like real Americans know this. I'm Canadian, so I've a big really with that. And my dad's American. He's whatever you know, no history. But anyways, uh, like it's a real isolated culture of understanding and not understanding. I don't mean that in comparison, like education wise, style country. I just mean as far as like relating to information. It's not about putting a wall where you all got walls. In relation to everything, the fear, so much fear around freedom of speech, like actual freedom of speech. I don't mean bullshit, TMD, uh, paparazzi. Yeah, I'm talking about uh, I think things if things wrong, and if I say something, I might die. Just saying that's simply that's a bit that's unreasonable. It's like highly conditioned fear that Americans don't even realize how they live with that fear, whether embedded in like conditioned and having unconditioned own truth around racism, gender divide, terrorism, uh, fucking sports teams, the politics, the bipartisan, like I didn't use jokes. Those are all opportunities. Be afraid to say what you really mean. But actually, real fear of Philippine. So expressing himself through like collecting a group, just to like just feel expression of you're not denying yourself. Like I'm curious. This is weird. I'm saying it, and it feels so fucking good to say it. I mean, can wait. And I love kind of like fashion TV show like you can't agree with them. And they don't either. I actually I'm a little bit fear about those because uh, uh, there's a deja or not. They're they're actually they're the few that are actually doing good work in that movement. They're doing a small movement, but they're just be good people. Because like uh, the secret is it doesn't matter what you do, it matters how you feel. That's not who we that is actual like true physical awareness, and uh, it that changes things. Love what's hard to love. Be couldn't do the good thing when it's hard. Do it when you don't know what's watching and you're not telling anybody. Because it changes the world. You do something to the world, the environment that isn't interfered with by any other like, actually psychosomatic uh, like media motivation, but done with like potency of emotion, which is say the integration of thought and feeling, uh, frequency, harmony, resonance. Do it all that shit. So yeah, man, you're a good person. It's like, all right. It's like, I'm perfect right. I feel good. I smile a lot more. I smile this person. I smile that person. Shit. I'm getting laid. Flutter true. Okay. Out of flat. Because it doesn't matter. Then there's the oh god. Oh. Because they're going to jump on whatever good, true thing comes along. It's not working. They move themselves. And then I'm fixing movement, and then I'm going on. Slash. I don't know. I don't know if I can and can't sleep. So we'll do. Language is powerful. Meaning is powerful. Intention is powerful. When you call yourself people of a movement, you don't move. You're lying. And you get power out of action movements. And to put it more simply, you don't call yourself a movement because that's what you do. Your movement is uh, is a thing that moves. So that is movement. Ladder movement is tail. And really, that should be the other side. And it's and I still right. My version. To the right. Of immorality. Because laziness is immoral. Like, there comes a point when you have to take responsibility for humanity, for the choices that you make, and moving on that earth. When it's not like cliche because it's just so late. So like even my saying that, and I can readily admit that as a turn of phrase, but also as a turn of phrase because I'm ready to have a conversation about how I'm wrong. I'm not saying nobody can hear you right anything, but being right about anything is never the end of a conversation. Nothing ends with one person being right, a group of people being right, an answer being right. None of the right answers. Like, right, you understand? Like, I think this is right. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I agree with you. Oh, what did you say? I agree. I agree with you. That's how things end. And the unfortunate line of uh, real machine, yeah, actually, movie, TV, uh, news, all the frames how we should think. If we just unplug from everything, all of us, and to just carry on with along with each other, we would act very differently because we wouldn't have expectations about how to treat people. We would have expectations about how to treat people of color, people different, gender preference. We were all just like gonna figure shit out and go, which actually creates a super potent and powerful like human force. And that's not tribalism. It's like freedom. Lies agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. It's just saying, mm, I don't know. And you don't have to because of everybody. There's something left. You stop. There's nothing left. We're all participating parties agree on what's in jail. Don't ask other people to think the way that you think. But if you don't, no matter what, What topic of conversation, if you don't give up, everyone can start and finish the most heated and debated topic with an understanding of where what the other person believes they understand, and understanding that they believe you understand. That's it. And not the words. You're saying this, so I understand you're saying this. Blah. No. Meaning, exercise empathy. Oh, okay. You think you think the earth is flat. I think that is stupid. Don't being actually I don't think it's like just arbitrary stupid. After and my own education, I think that's lazy. Uh, but not necessarily stupid. Anyways, finish real quick. I think that's stupid. I think you're stupid. Why not? Why do you go flat? Blah 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 blah. Are you the globe? I don't know what about this way. In the conversation, the person is still going to be able to say, and the person is still going to be able to cover. So then, but both the people are going on the same side of that same argument, but they think that they're different. So I think the first time that I think that why they were told they had that same conversation. They know about it, and they do it justice. They did to each other. They will be on everything. So whether the conclusion that they draw, uh, just doesn't matter because they agree on the understanding of all points. The end label is inconsequential because I'm like, uh, they said airplane hits. What they're these paths, and then it's I don't know, and then it exists. And you just keep going to both agree that you understand what both parties are saying. And somebody goes on, it's like, I'm bored. I'm a flyer. The mission is saying. The reason is, I've been saying it's mutually reinforced. No problem. That's what the opportunity with every fraction. It's just you can straight to all things worth living for. We can force fed what we what we're told we should fight for. Which is only half lie. And our freedom with good right. It's wrong what we're talking about. And we're not encouraged at all to demand mutual respect, to not of anything less but mutualism. And you're just denying possibility of it. We're going to say it's impossible. Just lying because it's going to take I'm not reading it. So it's a little bit different, but I really appreciate the conversation. I really appreciate because usually just more monologue is my part. You know what? Her flat Earth for the title. Like at least rich people show up that are smart. Which I really appreciate. So, whoever you are, wherever you are, and whenever you are, I really appreciate you because you may not know how that like the English play, but it's a very real back and forth exchange of expression. It's my on the camera, my voice is the voice being said, and it's entering your consciousness field, and it's one again, and we're separate. And what you think doesn't affect me. What you say doesn't affect me. It's a lie. It's not magic any more than all sense. You know, the which and probably is magic. It's not magic. And the moral of that story is not just who I really appreciate. Sure. It's enriching. I think you so. Cheers. And, we're with the conversation. We're with better version. We're with points and points. Just like good direction. The view's good. It makes sense. That's it. Not because they're afraid. It's fun. I believe that you're gonna have answers. All of them. Because there's nothing that you can ask that doesn't have an answer. But like yeah, what about God? Who says you can't know God? If you're the universe, we can be the universe, it was like impossible for you to connect with them. It's like, I can make all you what's that? It's gonna look. Like, oh, not that you can't. No, that always sounds like human rationalism. It's bad. But it does make some people believe that's impossible, so that they ignore the possibility. And then other people who believe the same, but then have in the I found Jesus, I found God. And then the born again literally was born. And the people that never believe they can always believe they can connect God and connect God. And they talk about connecting God. Some people like they're fucking crazy. When it's all just based on not connecting and having a conversation. Let's just be like this. If we and so you agree. And the question, only answers that don't have the questions you ask. And like, how about you? I'm sorry that. I love it. I want to. I'm not asking questions. Whatever, I'm a professor. And you are too. And that's cool. So, back on. love the quest. Don't do this wrong way. I love you because I'm a network. Away from romance and towards look, I'll punch people in the face with love. Like maybe that's a dream, but it wasn't about it's actually hell doing this. Is doing kind. And, tell someone fuck off because being an ass is loving and kind. You know, as long as you're willing to be like, I'm gonna defend her while I'm telling you that. And I'm not kidding. But it's true. I'm gonna defend myself. Stop being stupid. I love you. You know what I mean? Anyways, I love Wicked. And we all deserve to hear that and feel that more. Because they're all so thank you for listening. Until next time, again, again, again. Keep closing. Right? You know, uh, the world changes. It's a lie. It's gonna be a battle. The world can take place. You might have to avoid paying attention to the not maybe like at present, but when you think aggressively, which is natural if you move, not just say you move. Obviously, that's for us because I really big that.